you're better than this. He said, they'll all understand. You've got to kick on now, you've got to push to try and better yourself. Things happen so fast in the Darton career and I would never change it for the world. I learned a lot from games like that and I'll put it right next time and I'll be back fighting.
Well, Chris, thanks for joining us. A very special location we're at today. Just tell us sort of what it means to you to be here.
Oh, it means everything, obviously. It's what dreams are made of, coming to places like this where I've been coming for about 20 years, and it is special and a big part of my heart.
And what's it like being a local lad growing up in Newcastle with this amazing stadium and football team on your doorstep?
Yeah, well, that's it. Obviously, and in my younger days, they were up there competing every year, and obviously the last few years we haven't really done much, but there's still a big piece of my heart, and obviously you'll always follow them.
And being a Newcastle lad, what do you think are the main characteristics of being from that part of the world, and how do you think it affects you on the hockey and off the hockey as well?
Well, it's obviously it's a big part of me. Obviously, the way I've been brought up, and I've just got to go in there and obviously not forget where I come from, and just go and do what I would always do previously as well. Even when I was playing football myself, just come in the same frame of mind and go up there on that stage and obviously put it all behind you and just enjoy every minute.
We're going to take sort of a trip down memory lane now, sort of your darting journey from the very start. So how did it all start out? When did you first pick up a dart?
I was 20-year-old, so obviously it's not that long ago. It's only 9-10 years ago. It's everything just came so quick. I never expected this, obviously being so quick. But yeah, I was at a local club having a game of bingo. You know, I've said it in many interviews now. People just laugh, but hey, it's the truth. I was playing bingo with my mum, and I got the phone call from a friend asking if I would step in because they were short of a man for the dart team, and I went. I actually won the game, and I loved it. It was good crack with the lads, and I've never looked back since.
Because it's right that your dad was a top player in the region, wasn't he? So,
yeah, it's always been in the family. My dad, my uncles, my cousins play now, so it's always been in the family. But I was more bothered about football in my younger days. Obviously, I was football mad, and that was where I wanted to be. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way, and obviously dart, it's clicked, and I'm making a living from it.
What position were you in football?
I started off my very first year playing football. I started off as a right fullback and gradually went to the right wing, and then the last few years I was a centre forward. I got a bit lazy, but I still done what I needed to do and help the lads.
And what sort of level did you get to with that?
I got to a decent level, but I was one of those that would rather play with friends and good group of lads, and I wasn't the one to try and push myself further, which probably I look back at that and think I possibly should have done. But now I was the one to stick with the same group of lads and just have fun.
So once you played that first darts match after you ditched the bingo for the darts, from there did you think, I'm going to join a team now, I'm going to start playing this regularly?
Yeah, I just continued with the same lads who I helped out. I stayed with them for about 2-3 seasons maybe, and there was a few lads saying, look, you're going to have to go and better yourself now, because I wasn't being big-headed, but I overtook a lot, maybe all of the lads who was playing for that team, and there was lads. One of the lads' dads, he works as a security guard here. He said, look, Chris, he said, you're better than this. He said, they'll all understand. You've got to kick on now. You've got to push to try and better yourself. And that's when I looked at county. I started playing county, and I won quite a lot from Northumberland to qualify for all the BDO qualifiers and stuff, which I attended a couple of times, and lost out in a few final rounds before the TV event, and managed to get myself into the World Masters TV. And from there, that gave us the confidence to take it into Q School, which I got through at the first attempt. So I'm grateful for all of those words that the lads said.
So in 2014 you played UK Open and the World Masters. Would you say that around that time you started to take it more seriously?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, getting in TV events such as the UK Open as well, it was big for me. Not that I went down there unsure what was going to happen, because I had never been to the PDC competition to play, and I think I lost 5-4 to Kevin Dowling, and I missed 3 darts to win the match. So I learnt a lot. I went back home, took a lot from that, and I went and got my tour card as well. So after that, that's when I kind of kicked on, and obviously I was working at the time, and I had to leave work and just dedicate myself to the game a bit more.
And you won your tour card, it's 5 years ago now. Going into that Q School, were you sort of expecting to win a tour card, or was it just turn up and see how it goes?
No, I went down willing to get my tour card. That's what I wanted. I wasn't one of those that to go down just to play on the Challenge Tour or whatever. I wanted to go down there and do everything the right way and get my tour card. And like I say, I lost the very first day to Matty Dennant, 5-4 Q School. I played one of the best games I'd played ever up at that point, and I looked at my friends who I went down with, I'm thinking, how have I lost that game? Is this what it's going to be like? If it's going to be like this, then do I really want to be here? But I never gave up. I made the final of the next day. I lost out to Andy Jenkins, and I think from that then on, I picked up enough points. Obviously, the points schedule was different back then, and I went on to do well the last 2 days as well, which secured it. And yeah, it's been great. Obviously, things happen so fast in the darting career, and I would never change it for the world.
And then once you win your tour card, the first year was, results-wise, quite difficult. Not getting the results you wanted. How hard was that to take, and was it sort of adjusting to this new level you were playing at?
Yeah, it was very hard. I think the first year on the tour, it was on the Sunday. I never won a game on a Sunday for as far as I can remember, and I kept on. It was like the likes of A.D. Lewis and stuff like that. I would get beat off, or I would get beat off Wade or Anderson, and it was kind of hard to take. But it wasn't the fact that I was playing bad. It was just coming up against the best in the world, and yeah, I went home, put that right on the practice board. I made a TV event, the World Series, and lost out to Terry Jenkins, which I was gaining more and more experience. But now I went home, put that right, started putting more and more time in on the board, quit my job like I said, and I got through to more TV events, and it changed my life. I started producing the results, turning the losers into wins, and here I am now in the top 20 in the world, and going further hopefully.
So when you go from like being a big fish in a small pond, winning all your games in local competitions, to then having to deal with defeat, not every week, but well, every week for the first year or so, how hard is that to adjust to?
Yeah, it's very hard, but you can't beat yourself up about it. Like I said, you're playing the best in the world. It's gonna fall for you. In if you dedicate yourself to the game, then it's gonna fall right. And that's what I've done. I dedicated myself a little bit more to the game, and turn those losers into wins. And like I say, here we are now.
And when you look at your career as a whole, would you say it's been sort of steady progress, sort of going from one level, breaking down that barrier, and then the next? It's not been a massive jump, has it? It's been quite steady over the last 5 years.
Yeah, it's been steady. Obviously, trying to better what I've done the previous year. It's worked out, and up until I got to the quarters of the Grand Slam, and then I haven't made the Grand Slam since. That's the only disappointing thing. But then again, I'm making it up in other competitions, and I'm starting to build a name for myself and getting to more of those TV competitions. So yeah, it's been steady enough away. I haven't had a big jump, but I'm just extending each year. I'm getting to more and more competitions each year. So next year there's another push for the top 16, and hopefully get my first title under my belt.
You reached the last 16 in the World Championship in December 2018, and that partly, as well as your good form on the floor, earned you a Premier League contender spot. And we had that special night in Newcastle. Tell us what that was like. Yeah,
that was surreal. Playing in front of my home fans. Obviously, I think half of the Italia arena, they were my friends, who I've either played with previously, football, darts. I had all my family in the VIP section, and yeah, it was just great. It was just like I was at home, you know, playing in front of the lads who I play with every week. It felt like nothing had changed, just everybody was on my side, and it was just a great feeling. Obviously walking out to local hero, that even when I mentioned that, the hairs stand up on the back of my neck and on my arms, and yeah, it was just something else. Probably, like I said, it might not feel like that the next time because it was the first time, but yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that all again come March.
I suppose the goal for this next time you walk out there will be to get the win, because you got a good draw against Mensa Suljovic, but you've always got something better to aim for, and to get a win on that stage in front of your home fans would be something special, wouldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously it was disappointing not getting the win, being 5-1 up. I missed quite a few darts. I could have got the win there and then, but yeah, I look back on that, obviously coming from 5-1 up, I went 6-5 down and managed to pull the draw together. So yeah, I'll definitely be concentrating, trying to get the win out there and not let the crowd down.
And to be selected as a challenger for a second consecutive year, I suppose that the goal for you is to be ultimately a full-time player in the Premier League. Is that your aim over the next year or two?
Yeah, without a doubt. Why not? I'm pushing for that top 16. I want to be in the top 16 this year, and yeah, maybe further and compete with the best, try and push for that Premier League spot. But yeah, if I keep playing the way I am, I can feel a title coming, and hopefully once the first title comes, a few more will click, and that'll do enough to get into the Premier League full time.
And as we said, it's been steady progress, and 2019 was the first year really where you've played the majority of the TV events, and you made the semi-final of 2 of those. So do you think the progress, the next step is to make a final, and then beyond that to win one?
Yeah, of course. I've obviously reached 2 semi-finals now. I think in the Players' Champs I was a bit unlucky not to get to the final against Gezi, you know. I felt if I had a win in that break, 9-6 up rather than 8-7, I think it was mine. And obviously he came back from that break and he just done what Gezi does. He never gives up and showed a bit more emotion than I did. I was just trying to just keep myself calm, keep myself together and try and get that win. But looking back now, obviously I learned a lot from games like that, and I'll put it right next time and I'll be back fighting.
Spot on. Thanks, Chris.
Cheers.